Hey, this is Blind Fox and welcome at my little snack review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. I know I will class this as a food review or a snack review, but today we are doing baked Milktart. We did do a Milktart before, but I don't think I was sure if it was a baked one or not. This one definitely is. It's also a bought one. I didn't bake it myself, or it wasn't baked in at home. So, it consists of some cinnamon, not cinnamon sugar, just cinnamon. Then we've got the filling, and there we've got the crust. This is not a very thick crust, it's a very thin crust. I've seen with thicker, and you get different types of crust people use. This normally is not a cookie crust one. You normally use a actual crust you blind bake. So how does the bake Milktart work? So I've mentioned some of all the three types or so you mainly get. So how this works is you get your crust first and you blind bake it. Then you make up a custard with eggs and milk and flour and maizena and some other, I'm not exactly sure what other stuff you use, maybe vanilla as well. But you make a custard, you put the custard in your already baked crust and then you pop it in the oven and actually bake it. When it comes out, you put some cinnamon on top and there you go. So as I said, the main ingredients here is milk. It's a very huge ingredient. Oh yeah, there's butter in there as well. So let's see how this looks. This normally has a much stiffer consistency than the one you've got on the stove, than you make on the stovetop, although both of them can have a very stiff consistency. This one tends to actually keep its shape better when it's hot. You can also eat this hot or cold. The stovetop one, when you heat it up, it sort of gets just a bit more runny. So let's see. This crust is very, very thin. You almost don't see it there. So let's taste. Taste-wise, very much similar to the stovetop one, although it's a much firmer taste or the texture. You do get the vanilla there. If you heat it up, you get that milk flavor thing, almost the same as, there's this thing, I don't know if they call it milk porridge or something. Here we call it just milk food or milkos, or in Afrikaans melkos, which is milk and maizena and stuff you just make on the stove. So you see it's almost that, very much the same taste there. Cold, you lose that extra milky, funny taste. But it's a nice, very neutral kind of tart. In Afrikaans, this is a tart. In America, this most likely would be something like a pie, maybe. I don't know, but in South Africa, this is called a Milktart. A pie is a savory thing, or something totally different. Mostly our sweet stuff is tarts, mostly our stuff that is not sweet is pies, although there is some other differences. So this is our Milktart. And again, you can see, quite easy to cut, you don't really need a lot of force here. Very thin crusts. I do like a bit of a thicker crust. And there you go, you can see very pale yellow. If you don't have the cinnamon on here, it's a very boring tart, but it needs the cinnamon, and you can see very yellow. You can see some structural elements there, but not much. The baked one is sometimes a bit more, you can almost say grainy than the one that you do on the stovetop, but both of them are nice. And they taste very similar. So that was my review of a baked Milktart. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel. Please subscribe. Please go and donate on patreon.com and see you at my next Ration review.